Hello everyone, welcome to the new day on the kingdom. I'm up here because I've got something to say about this. This is continuing, and this will be where the new mob trap will be, as well as my new base. And it kind of leads on to what I'm doing today, and what I did last time. So without me falling off too badly, we see my farms going along, and you can just see the sugarcane farm down there from last time. Now, it's been producing like an amazing beast, and the problem I have now, which I did mention before, is that my AFK stream, which is the stuff going into my nether, there's quite a lot of stuff going into it, and I just don't have anywhere to store it anymore. So if we just go down here, it might take a minute. So I need somewhere now to store my stuff, so then I can actually use it when it accumulates. I just love how this looks still. I had to come down here and look at it. It's just hilariously good fun. And this pumpkin farm hasn't got a timer yet. I was thinking to put a day-night sensor on it. But at the moment I've got so many pumpkins, and that's just in here, as well as everything else that goes through to the nether, that I don't actually need a timer on it yet, because I just don't need it. I've got too much at the moment anyway. So when these are used up, eventually, through pumpkin pies that is, if you're a bit confused, then I will need to put this on a timer. But for the moment, I don't need it on a timer. But these ones are automatic, so that's good. So I do need to do my chicken farm still. I'm thinking about where to put that. But today we're going to deal with the issue of the vast quantities of things going through to my nether portal, and what to do with them. And because there's a lot of things that do go through, which do have uses, and are really useful to keep, but I end up throwing some things away because I just don't have space for it. And down here is the mob farm, so I've got to show you this as well. I made a couple of tiny changes to this, and I want to expand this. Now when I built this at the very start of my world, before I even started doing Let's Plays, then this is what I did, just to get some stuff when I started. And it's kind of stayed here ever since. I made improvements to it, I played around with it. It turns on and off with the lights. If I can get up on here. Ooh. And I've made it more efficient, I've made the pathway smaller and such. I want to think about if I put signs along the corners here, or along the tops, if that's going to make the mobs fall off faster, I'm not sure. But anyway, at the moment, it's looking good still. Now, compared to any other mob spawn you'll see, hostile mob spawn anyway, then there are very few spaces in here. This is the whole thing. There isn't any other layers or anything else. This is the whole thing. And it produces a lot of stuff. And that's because I basically cleared out and lit up probably about 98% of the area around here. It's been a good number of months' work. What I've done here is change these slabs, because I came down here actually, probably where that piece is there, and I was looking at if I could put another layer into this. And now most traps go down, or up, then down. So basically the mobs fall. This one they go down, up, and then they go up through a little thing, and then they get crushed, and then sent off to the AFK stream. So the only way I can actually expand this is either do more layers at the same sort of level, and then feed into the same over there for the AFK stream, or I can go down. But I'm kind of unsure how to do that, because I need an air block in there, where that space is, but I can't have anything there because of the mob lift. You need to have a piece of water, then an air block, piece of water, then an air block. But down here, this bottom bit here is an air block, so then the next one underneath that needs to be a piece of water if I come up from below. And there isn't really anything you can put in there which is see-through. You can't put a sign in there or anything, so I'm not sure about that. I don't know if anyone else can come up with a good idea for that. Mobs have to go through it, so basically I want to put another layer of this below, and then they'll just all come up through the same stream. Like I said, I will eventually do a gigantic one over in the sky for the Sky Fortress, but at the moment I'm still just using this because it's just simple and easy. So if I can get back up here, and we'll go have a look at how much stuff has accumulated through my AFK stream. I'm going to dump some things in here, so I have some inventory space. And let's see. Doop doop doo. Yeah, that'd be good enough. I'm just show you how much stuff we have, because I have got some chests on me, and that leads to another problem. I do have a lack of wood in this world, especially after making all those pistons last time, and the vast amount of wood I use for chests and things. I will need to make a gigantic tree farm soon, which I think I'll probably do next time if I have time. But today I want to focus on using up these supplies efficiently and sorting them. So at the moment, if you look on the entity count, it's not even over 150 entities, but there's a lot of material there. There's a lot of stuff. So I'm going to put some chests down here. We're going to have a little sort of look on the normal output, and I've no idea how long this actually took. A few hours probably. And we'll just have to see what kind of trouble that I'm in, because this all needs to go somewhere, and a lot of the stuff is very useful, like I said. And I like a way of organising it so that I can come down and just place it into the chests I want. That's near a double chest worth already, and that should be the rest of it. So over a double chest worth of stuff. As you can see, there's plenty of sugarcane in here to do food. So I'm thinking I can either go up or I can go around, because at the moment these are just temporary chests from quite a long time ago. As you can see, I've been placing some things in here, and all the chests here are just meant to be temporary collection. So what I want to do, I can either have chests around here, sort of nearby to the portal, or I can have a separate room. So what I was thinking is having maybe a way down here, because at the moment we're on level 35, so there's plenty of space underneath us until we hit lava, then it gets annoying, as I learnt from the Wither Farm, removing something like 10,000 blocks of lava. That was not fun, and it took a lot of time. And on the Wither Farm front, I think I won't be collecting my whole stack of skulls until I clear out the area a bit, so that's still to come. I've got about half a stack of skulls at the moment. So I think I'm going to build a room underneath here. Probably ease of entry will be here. As you can see, I've got my ice in here still. So I need to go down here probably, and I'll build a room, and it needs to have enough places so that I can do... Let's get some glass up here. I need to have a room for sugarcane, pumpkins and eggs when they come through. I've got quite a lot of eggs in one of these somewhere still. So that's the food. The other thing is then iron. Now I have been putting iron in here until I put everything else in here as well. I probably want to make a way of disposing with items I don't want. So I've got to think of a way of doing that. Probably want to throw it into a block and then push a piston or something and it'll destroy it all. I don't want it just being thrown in there randomly or anything else. So I've got to come up with that as well. And other things that come through that I need are arrows. Not so much, but I'd like to keep a store of them so they can be further away from the portal. Bones I would want to be using on a wood farm, tree farm, and I think I'll get through a lot of them. I know I've got a lot of them anyway. And of course, gunpowder, most important thing. Eventually when I go get a witch farm, then gunpowder won't be a problem, but at the moment it's in need to go do the wither farm. And I've keep carrying around beacons with me. Last time I used them in the end, I just keep carrying them around with me. I only have something like 10 of them at the moment, I think. So I do carry them around and put them back and forth. So I do need some more of them, that's why I'm doing the withers. And gunpowder goes to TNT, which clears out the area, which does that faster. I try and link everything together so that I'm not doing things for no purpose, and they don't, well, I like things to help each other basically. So I'm going to get on with this and build a structure. Probably build a quick access chest up there, and then when they're full up, maybe a double chest of each item. And then when they're filled up and I'm not actually on a time, when I'm not having to pick them up in the 5-minute timer, or when I'm walking around, I can pick them up, dump them in the chests, and then when their chests are full, whenever I'm bothered, I can then empty them into the room. So I'm going to start with that now. It's enough talking from me. I'm not a very big one for talking long stretches of time. So I'm going to get on with this and I'll be back with you. Okay, so I've done some of this and trying to work out how this is going to work out, because I don't have very much space around here, because this portal is the one for the base and this is the AFK stream. I don't want to play around with where these are located. They're fine where they are. And this one I'd like to build something around it to show that this is the base. But also I need this here for the FK stream. And as I always come out here, I want to be able to just walk over here and pick up the stuff. So I don't want to be walking around to the other side or anything like that to get my items, because that would be annoying. And the lead doesn't leave me very much space. So I started off building a little thing down here and just made a hole. And I want to put some lighting and things in this because it's very hard to put lights in the nether to make it look good. And also I've got all this ice around because every single block underneath these is ice. So I can jump around really nice and fast, which is brilliant. But it plays havoc with lighting and things, so all these I've had to put solid blocks around them. This is what I've come up with so far, and it means I'd have 4 on this side, and then I would reflect it on this side and have 4 on here. 4 double chests worth, and that'd be 8 together, and I think I'd have enough items. I need to have 1 for sugarcane, arrow, bone, gunpowder, flesh, pumpkin. What else would I have through? There are all the mob drops. Creeper, zombie, skeleton, sugarcane, pumpkin. Oh, the other one would be egg, wouldn't it? So, have I got an egg laying around? I should do. Feather, not what I want. I've been clearing these out of eggs because I've been making the pumpkin pies as I've been getting all of them through to save some space in here. I thought I had some eggs in here, maybe not. So that should give me plenty, and eggs come through a lot more than the other items, and they come in stacks of 16. I don't have one here. That's strange. I must have one sat around somewhere. So that should be enough. Oh, actually we've got iron, didn't we? Yes, we've got iron. So it leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the egg would be 8. So it actually fits perfectly. And I have an egg. So anyway, that would fit perfectly. 8 different items, 8 different double chests. And when I fill up a double chest, then I can then take that downstairs and deposit it for permanent storage. Same way I've done my other storage in my overworld, which would be quite nice. But the problem here is, as it's still all open, and eventually I will cover this all over, I'll think of a design to do, and I'll do it. But until then, this has to be gas proof, and that's why this rigging here was to stop the gas from blowing it up, I hope. At the moment it's quite delicate, so I did have a thought that I would do something along the lines of having iron blocks around the top. Oh, that's not where it should be. And just playing with half slabs in general is not fun here because they go everywhere. So I want to have half slabs on the very top just to sort of stop spawning, and that may actually be the level of my roof when I do it. I don't know how big I'd want this whole area. And then I'm going to have, I think, iron blocks around. There's a stopper. And then I think I want iron bars underneath that. So I'm going to see how that looks. And of course I've put these in here. Oop. So I've got a crafting table and a ender chest here. So you can make your blocks and things and then put them in. It's be easier that way. So let's make some of these and see how they go. So we need something around the front as well, maybe. I could have iron on the front. I'm not sure. I use iron a lot. I probably overuse iron. I definitely probably overuse iron on my world just because I have so much of it, and I just love the look on this texture pack. So I could do this and give it sort of a cagey feel, and of course I can shift click on straight onto them. That's nice. Could change something there actually. I don't know. Maybe have a look all the way to the bottom. So it doesn't really need to be fancy, but these would, it should stop them destroying it. If they hit the corner, it might destroy the glowstone actually, and the chest. Could always put a solid block there. That could be an idea actually, if I just do solid blocks around the edge. Probably want to remove these half slabs actually, and as I'm not going to need that, I can just get rid of that. So I could have that going up in the corners, and then just bars going around. That could be quite good. And also those half steps there, if I ever have anything coming through the portal the other direction, then these blocks down the bottom stop those items coming at this side. And if you don't know that, if you set up the portal like this one over here, and you have items coming through one way, they come through a certain direction as they come through, depending on where the portal's facing, and they'll just come through and come through and come through. If this side is blocked, so if I had things like that and those ones are full blocks, then they would always come through the other side. So you don't need to turn portals around or mess around with them, you can just block them up. But when people come through, then you sometimes be faced into the solid blocks. So not good for people, but very good for item streams. So I think we'll do this actually. That looks quite good. If we go down one more maybe, and I put, whoop, that's the problem with efficiency pickaxes. Maybe we'll do that. I quite like that actually. And I'll get rid of the rest of this. I'll build the other side here, and now I've got to then work out how to do the underneath. I'll probably change a couple of these blocks on top actually. Maybe I'll do some stairs. Anyway, I'll have a look at that. But then I've got to work out how to do it down here. So I'll come back in a minute and I'll show you the progress up there. So what do you think? And something weird is happening that I noticed a while ago actually, and I just thought it was a glitch or something, but the iron farms are still active. Sporadically iron and flowers come through when I'm in here the whole time. So that's quite curious actually, something I might need to look at properly now, because I've had at least about a stack of iron come through here while I've been playing around. I'm quite slow at doing these sort of things, I have to think about it a lot, and this is what I've come up with so far. And I miscounted on the chests, because I got to this part and then I thought I needed the egg as well, and then some iron came through with a flower. So I think I need to change how I'm going to be doing this, because we said that I want some things I want to throw away, so I don't need the flesh or the roses. So I think I'm going to put a lava bucket on one of them as like a junk one. So if I have important things over here, and then I want eggs here as well really, I'd also want the chests where I can just get rid of stuff. So let's see, if I have that to be signified thrown away with lava, and that go in there, I probably, oh, I don't need that one. What needs to go there is, well, eggs is one of the ones that needs to go around, but I don't really want eggs right at the top. Probably going to put bones at the top, because bones are less important. If I got it back, that's the problem with having ice everywhere, is because things travel. There you are. And it will get to the point where probably I won't actually pick up all the bones, I'll just leave them. So bone will go on top. Arrow is more important, but not as important as eggs. I like to make things ergonomic so that I can be more productive later on. So gunpowder and yeah, that works out. And I've put ender chests in here and they work. Just to make them look nice, and crafting tables at the bottom, especially for the iron and making the pumpkin pies. And that's a nice thing to have. They can all come through. I can have a supply in each thing, and then I can make a load of pumpkin pies and throw them in a different chest somewhere maybe. Maybe I have to think about that, actually have a pumpkin pie chest. But anyway, they can be thrown back in here, same with the iron blocks, so that's quite nice. And this is the simplest thing I came up with to stop me walking into it, and also letting the drops come out. I am tempted to move the portal back one into the middle. At the moment I've just got a little thing like this, so I might do that, or I might have a chest here actually. I could do that as well. But anyway, I've done the down bit a little bit. I gave up with the trapdoor thing, and I think I'm going to be doing a design like this, and same sort of thing I did the cactus farm in the bottom of the wither farm. And then I'll do walls of chests, I think, just basically whole walls of chests. So it'll be a four-sided room, or it'll go back away or forwards away, and I'll do a ton of chests on the sides, because I do predict that I will be storing up a lot of items down here. And also I have a room, so basically I'd have all the drops from the AFK stream on probably 3 walls maybe, and then behind me will be things like brick stores, furnace wall, and that sort of thing if I want to do that, which I'll do at a later date. I want to just do the AFK stream stuff first today. Get rid of all these chests I've got laying around with all their loot in it, so I get that packed away, so then I can start designing the rest here. And this portal I'll probably turn around. I'm tempted to see if it can go here, so it's not going to fall straight down there, but it's a nice pattern so that the portals are lined up, so I might try that now actually. And yeah, I'll try that, changing the portal, and then I'll try and get it to work anyway, and then I'll do the area for the drops from these and sort them out, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so for the attempt to recording this bit now, and I'll try not to waffle on too much. So I've sorted this out, and I've been starting to move the chests into them. So I've been trying to put the items in and make it a bit more clear, because I need it clear so that I can start putting the flooring in here and such, so that I get the nice lighting effect down here. So at the moment it's a bit weird because of the lighting glitches on the half slabs, and there's quite a lot of glass around actually, but I'm safe down here, I swear. So I've gone for this half circles around the sides, and then I'm going to long bit in the middle, and then another half circle on the other side. Problem is I kind of hit a slow part because there is lava behind all of this, so that's going to take me a long time to actually get through all that, so I'm not going to be able to go that far today. But here I'm planning to have my incinerator for the items I don't want, namely the flesh and the flowers, and probably some bones and arrows, just because I'm not going to use them and it's just going to waste space in chests. So I'm going to have some sort of piston design I want to burn things with. I've got a couple of ideas for it, but I won't be able to do that today. I'm also looking for some ideas of how to furnish this out, because the floor is how I want it. I think that looks nice, nice and simplistic, that's what I like. But I need to have some ideas of how to do the furnishings for the chest areas. The way I've done up here is the same sort of way I did it on the mining, for the strip mining area. But I want to know what materials to make this out of, to be honest. Because so far I've only used nether brick up there, and nether brick stairs, and I've used wood. I think I used wood on, or brick for the spawn mining. So I could do something different, but I don't know what really fits in with the nether here. And also the other question is lighting, as this is the floor of the part above, so just above this there will be ice when that's all finished. Probably a bad place to show you that if I did it like here. See the ice for the super fast moving around, which I really love to have, and it's the same sort of equivalent of having a haste 2, speed 2, beacon, haste 2, jump 2, beacon nether, because you can't have that legitly. So it's a nice thing to have around, and as long as I'm eaten up. So it's nice to have this, and I just want to know how to do the end of the bottom bit, because once I have an idea I can just go and finish it. Just a lot of manual work. I can put the glowstone in the back of them to brighten them up, or I can just have them plain. I'm not sure, so I'd love some feedback on that. But I am going to go and finish moving all these chests and flatten out the area a bit, and then I'll get back to you. But before I do, something that quite a lot of people might be interested in is that they've reverted the changes for trapdoors. Oh, that was close. Don't really like him that near me, and I haven't got any arrows on me. See, most chests have arrows in, but I do swear Minecraft arrows do not follow the laws of physics. There we go. So I'm not that good with a bow. I'm good at PvP with a bow, to be honest, although people do complain, but other people tell me I'm good. So basically the problem was that now that mobs, when they're falling, they don't die from fall damage into water anymore. No, one piece of water will save them, mostly. And the way to come back with that is that you have some sort of block that they hit. So JL came up with the whole thing of you fall on trapdoors, you die on it, and the trapdoor moves up. and then the item can fall through, but he was doing it and you just place it on the bottom pixel like so. But then they changed it so that you couldn't do that anymore, and you had to move them on by pushing them with pistons and play around with that, which is sort of the cheaty way of doing that sort of thing, because it's sort of they don't want you to do it. But they've reverted that back in 1.4.6, which is a really nice thing to see. I am on the pre-release still though, because I'm recording this hopefully beforehand. But that's nice that it actually does that now, so they've sort of recognised that is how you have to do it. So mob fallings is still okay. And on the note of me doing this a little bit earlier, at the moment it's taking me longer to render and upload my videos than it is to make, and when I'm spending still 40 hours of video, it's kind of annoying. YouTube's got bugs at the moment where any file that's bigger than a gigabyte for AVI basically doesn't get processed. They just give you the first gig of it. So each time I do 7-8 hours worth round trip to actually see if they accept it or not. And playing with the rendering settings in Sony Vegas is terrible. So I'm really not having fun with that at the moment. So you have to bear with me on any delays. So I think I'm going to stop now and do some clear up like I said, and sort these chests, move the area out a bit, and then I'll be back with you for the end of today, I think. Okay, so I stayed for a little while to get a few drops through to the AFK stream, and I'm going to show you something that has come about because of how I've placed the AFK stream and my chests, and quite a surprising little advantage of this, which wasn't planned, but I probably would have wanted to do it if it didn't happen, because it's just amazing. I think so anyway. Okay, so here are the drops. All the drops come around here. Nice little pile, so load of stuff, and then from here I can basically click every chest and put all the items in that I want. Ooh. Need to get used to this though. So just put in the items you want, and then you just go around and finish the other ones. So you don't even need to move, which is a lovely thing to be able to do. So I've gone and moved all the stuff that I can downstairs, and I've kind of started playing around with a little kind of a layout. So I won't bother doing the rest there. And also up here, it's a bit more wide open. I got rid of most of the staircase to the old portal for spawn, as we'd moved that downwards a long time ago. It wasn't needed anymore, it was just in the way. So this whole area is a bit more open now, quite a bit more open. And I've expanded these sides rather a lot, and all the way down here, and it's looking quite good. I'm trying to think of how to do some sort of roof, because then I can start covering over and do sort of inside internal stuff. And this one is obviously the end portal. So everything's really close together. It's really nice, and it's starting to look really good. And the spawn's been stopping over here because they can't jump onto here unless I lift a block for them to get up, and they can't spawn on top of here either. So it's getting quite peaceful actually, apart from some ghasts. And the ghasts haven't blown this up, so I'm really proud of that so far. So what I've done here then. So I've been trying to organise this around so that I was doing it so that I had just, say, these 6 chests here. These would go all the way up and downwards as well, but those have 3 rows for all of them. And this got quite full up straight away, so I got a bit worried there that from like one Minecraft day of having some things come through, it kind of filled up all of that. So I was a bit disturbed, and I thought I'm going to have to move this around, so I've got more chests over here. And then I thought, trying to make a way so it looks nice for me to use as well. So I've got pumpkins in the middle, at the moment I've got a crafting table behind it to make pumpkin pies, and I've got them reflected either side. So this would go up and down obviously. But I need some feedback from you guys before I then finish this off with a certain style. And I did have one idea about that. I want to bounce off of you and have a little go. Put ender pearls in the middle, and I've got the drops from the mobs here. And then it's quite nice because here again I can reflect this, so I have a crafting table here to do my iron. See, just some iron blocks while I was waiting and building the rest of this. And around here I've got some drops here that are ready to be destroyed. And it was suggested that I use some of these drops here that I'm going to throw away in a timer for the pumpkin farm, but for a fun project I want to do it with villagers and things and cobwebs, because that's a new thing in the game, in survival anyway. I think it would be good fun, and also be less laggy and more reliable, because redstone and dispensers, they're good for mini games and things, but not that good for timers and reliability otherwise. So it's looking good so far, but I thought, what else gives that light in here? Normally in worlds, when you do this sort of storage, you need lots of light so things don't spawn, but in the nether, light level doesn't matter, not for any normal mobs anyway. So I thought, ender chests give out light, don't they? So I thought I'd have a look at this, and yes, I just make a stack of ender chests. Call me crazy, but I just did. And these do give out some light. So I'm thinking, would it be cool to have them like so? Can you open them still? Oh, you can. That's very cool. So they give out some light. I want to see how much light that gives out. So I'd have a full front on the front, so maybe upside down stair, and then I can either do that with sandstone, stone brick, nether brick, or just normal stone and things, so stone stair, bricks, or wood. Could use wood as well. And they would give a light out the back, which is quite nice, especially for filming. So I think that could be a good idea. I would like to hear some feedback on that though. And they give out some light. So over here it's a bit dark, and over there it's light only from a few. And you would have them all the way up and all the way down. So let's throw a couple here. And you also have one there, just like so. Which could look quite good, to be honest. And I moved all the chests so that you shouldn't really be able to see the front of the chest, where the clasp is, wherever you're standing. Obviously you can't always get away from it, but see here, you just see the outsides mostly, which is looking quite good. So that gives that quite a lot of light. And let's put some full blocks here, but for stairs to make them open. Oh, down back a bit, isn't it? Oh well. So you'd have them. Well, they're all a bit far back, aren't they? So if I just throw one here, you would see some light through. So I don't know. When the whole thing's done, I don't know what it'll look like. So this is an idea of mine. It's about the only other idea I have, because you can use glowstone or torches or redstone lamps or pumpkins, where lanterns there it is. And there isn't that much else you can do for lighting, and down there you do need some lighting, just make it look nice. I did think about having roof lamps, but there you go. My bottom of that is the top of this, so it would mean that patches of it didn't have the speed, and it might be a bit annoying. And it is great fun jumping around here. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today, I think. I think this is looking quite progressive, and I do think I'll be starting my gold farm soon. I've still got to finish the design, and I do need some other things first, so I won't be able to do that in the next couple of episodes, probably a few after that, and maybe when we get to the new year. So I'm going to leave you with that today. So as always, any feedback or comments are always appreciated. I love to read the comments, and you'll probably see I do shock a lot of people sometimes that I answer comments like the same minute they're posted, because yep, I do have email alerts on because I like to talk to my subscribers. And the other thing I need to know is, do these melt ice? So I'm going to make sure if that works or not, and I'll leave you with that for next time. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.